Troopers. I am back. Yay! So, wife and I were chatting yesterday, and she said, when you were a kid, when you built your models, did you play with them? And I was like, what do you mean when I was a kid? So, I got me thinking, and yeah, generally speaking, when I was younger and I was building models, I built them to play with it. Of course, back then I didn't paint most of them because, 7, 8, 9 years old. But she mentioned how when she was a little girl, and I imagine a lot of us remember those books where the girls would have the little paper doll and they would cut out the paper dresses and they had the tabs on them. They tape around them. They could redress them. And um, a lot of them, the dresses had to be colored. Some were in color and some you had to like use your crayon or whatever. But what she was bringing up was how it made you innovate. It made you think as a child. It made you stretch your imagination. What color do I want this to be? And I'm thinking, yeah, it's the same with a model. Of course, you have the picture on the box art, which is I mean, gosh, I can't remember how many models I tried to paint entirely just based on the picture of the box art. And I just faked it on the other side of the parts you couldn't see. Well, uh, I am, and we've talked about this before, I'm sure, I am convinced that whether by design or not, maybe the people who were making the toys were just trying to make something that would entertain kids, but there's no question that helped train your mind to fill in the blanks, to imagine things, to I think you could make the argument that it actually sort of conditioned uh, what we might consider critical, well, maybe critical thinking or rational thought. I mean, okay, if the airplane looks like this from what I can see, then the rest of it should look like this. And more often than not, we were probably right. And the the same thing that her doll books did for girls. And some people might say that they were trying to condition boys to be boys and girls to be girls. I'm like, yeah, that's how we rolled back then. Um, the whole thing behind the models, though, and playing with the model when you were done with it, things like her doll books were designed so that the girls or the kids could change the clothes and stuff. I mean, it was meant to be played with. It was meant to teach you to think things out. Okay, let's match these clothes together or whatever. Well, models, especially a lot of the monogram kits, did have certain working features, the opening bomb bay doors, or the dropping bomb on the SPD or the retractable landing gear, and they were delicate and they very broke if you played with them too much. But they did have what Mattel would have called play value, and that's so there was some models that kind of ran the middle ground between being a display model and being a toy. Of course, when you're a little kid, any model is a toy. But as you get older, you start detailing them more and everything. They start to become more of just display models. Obviously, with my B25 that I did for our B25 build here with the nose gear, literally strapped down based on the source photograph I used. Clearly, I'm not going to play with this. I'm just going to admire it. Admire, admire, admire. I mean, it's not like I said in the room going, year, 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 as far as you know. So, although a model is essentially a 3D puzzle, and just constructing the model helps young people's minds develop, it helps build their dexterity. Once the model's done, is it a toy or is it not? I'm going to say not really a toy at a certain stage in your development as a modeler, depending on who you are. But yeah, the early models I played with them a lot, so they're I don't class them as toys. They're crafts because they're hobbies and crafts because you have to build them and everything. But once they're done, yeah, there's a occasional toy-esque what's the word I'm looking for? Not quality. It just depends on the person. They can be. Let's put it this way. They can be a toy if you want to risk breaking them, but then you get to exercise those repair skills. But yeah, as a kid, there's no question that my models, even though they were still crafts, yeah, they were toys. That's me. Some people I know took modeling very serious from an early time, but I can't think of anybody at one point didn't have a model car, a model airplane, or something. Just no matter how nice it was, kind of holding their hand and make vroom vroom noises. You just can't not do that. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say at some point, it's kind of a sad day when you build a model and there's not that little bit of kid in you when nobody's looking that at least doesn't want to go or take his car just once. Guys, I'm Max of Max's Models. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you later. Model on.